I can barely, I can't take the singing. Stop the singing.
Oh, my. I went on a date this week, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, and the guy said I look like John Benet Ramsey. If she were still alive. I was like, you look like the killer if they'd found him. And we had a fun night of role-playing. So...
What are you even doing with that?
I think I'll see him again.
What? Hey, you have something to talk about, right? Holy God almighty.
I think he nailed it.
It's out there. It's out there, right?
I thought he was charming, you know?
So are you... Get it. Dan, give him a minute. So are you dating?
Yeah, like all the time I'm listening.
WATB with Christian, Eric, and Carl sometimes.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're having fun. We're making it happen.
It's fun time. Open your mouth, close your eyes. We're going to give you a big surprise. And here it is.
Welcome to Who Are These Broadcasters? The only, and I do mean only, Tuesday afternoon live stream that Dave Portnoy would ever actually watch. I'm Christian Bladt. Right over there is Eric Zane. And Easy, you're a little little bit more chipper than usual. You got a little extra pep in your step.
Yeah.
And we all know why. Because with us from Once Over with Kaylee, the darling of the Dabbleverse, also from Who Are These Podcasts, the one, the only Lucy Tightbox. Lucy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm blushing because of Zane's lovely little scroll there. It says, loves Lucy forever.
Well, you remember the first time I laid eyes on you and spoke to you, I was like, you're the most lovely thing I said something really like that. Like, oh my God, you are just lovely. And you had your little, is that a rose on your leg? It's a tattoo on your leg.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
There's
of
a lot of
on
ink on that leg.
There's 2 penises on my right leg.
Well, absolutely lovely.
That
We're
could be
so
a rose.
happy to have you.
Well,
thank you.
We appreciate you being here, and it has already been a star-studded chat as we were starting here. Would you look at that right there in the chat? The great funny man Tom Myers. Hey, it's the only show on this channel worth watching. And Eric, I know you saw another comment from him, but I have to kind of go back and find it. Here it is. No. I'd super chat if this was on Christian or Eric's channel. Now, I would not say that this is the only show worth watching on this channel, but what I will say, it's the best show on this channel.
Well, we're the only one with enough sense to know that Tom actually is fucking funny, and I will fight anyone that says he's not.
Speaking of fighting, the tickets are no longer available, but at the Magic Bag, you have promised to, what are you going to do? Leg wrestle disabled veterans?
No, I will fist fight.
Oh, fist fight. Okay.
In the street, any veteran, as long as they are an amputee.
And by the way, in the chat, our buddy Carl Heberger, Heberger, sick burns, Tommy. All right, you two, get a room. So Kaylee, are you excited to see your buddy Eric Zane again at the Magic Bag in Ferndale, Michigan in just a few short weeks?
I absolutely cannot wait. I have been counting down the days to see Eric. It's going to be amazing. It is going to be an incredible time. Maybe I'll fight somebody. I don't know. In addition to that, though, I'm actually also going to be at Chrissy's Content Hotel, and that is not yet sold out. You can get tickets for that at WATPlive.com. Oh, Carl's listening, and I'm fucking up the plugs already. It's great.
No, it's all right.
WATPlive.com. Yeah.
Okay, I got there. Then that's wonderful. I'm going to be there. Carl's going to be there. Anthony Cumia is going to be there. Adam Bush, producer Chris, Jenny Jingles. It's going to be so much fun.
Dave Landau will be there.
Yes, Dave Landau.
And I think not performing as part of WATP, but Rich Voss will be there.
This is like a MAGA who's who. Are you guys going to do like a red state rally? All that other shit you guys do?
Look,
I know.
There is going to be a QAnon campfire, I think, afterwards, but it's optional. Not everybody has to go.
Okay.
Listen, I'm Jewish. I don't want anybody starting any campfires. I don't want any ovens. I don't want any of that. This is going to be a nightmare for me.
By the way, here in our chat from the All Apologies podcast, Trucker Andy, we were having some fun over there on another show that happens to be going live during our time slot. Not for the first time. Chad's missing upper lip says, ew, Lucy is a Shuli. Gross.
True.
Listen, Shuli is gross, but Lucy is lovely. We're so excited to have you here. And we have so many fun clips to get to, so much ground to cover. But Eric Zane, the most important thing our audience needs to know, how do super chats work on this show?
Well, rarely. But if you want to get specific, if you have something that you want Christian to sign off with that is just utterly ridiculous or horrible to say, maybe you want him saying something horrible about Asians, which would upset his wife, you could leave it there and add a dollar amount to it. And the highest dollar amount, that is how he will sign off the show.
Lucy, you've met my wife. Do you think she thinks this is a funny bit?
No, I don't think that she thinks that this is a funny bit. Your wife is lovely, but I cannot imagine that she appreciates this whatsoever.
She doesn't really appreciate much of anything that I do. By the way, Dr. Scotty Jones said Blind Mike sent me. Bless that far-sighted or non-sighted man. So thank you.
I don't think he's blind, by the way. I think that's silly. It's like he's blind like Stevie Wonder's blind.
Yes, I think he is blind, like Stevie Wonder's blind. They're both blind, but I know what you're saying. That is a popular theory out there. All right. Well, speaking of Blind Mike, we don't want to be accused of doing banter on this show because this is a non-banter zone. So let's dive right in.
WATB, who are these local news? Who are these local newscasters?
Lucy, I know that recently, within the last year or so, I think you bought a home. How are the neighbors in your neighborhood?
I'm pretty lucky. I got two little old ladies across the street from me. They're former nuns. I'm pretty sure that they're lesbians, but cannot confirm.
Well, there's only one reason you give up the habit, as it were, and it's
Yes,
for,
yeah.
I guess, the other habit. Be glad you don't live in this neighborhood.
Talk about a noisy neighbor. These horns have been blaring sporadically since May, stirring complaints from folks who live on Peach Avenue in Van Nuys, who say he's a neighbor straight from
hell. Just that simple. Yeah.
I do love that this guy just cuts to the chase.
Yeah.
And the anchor's like, well, I'm not going to say the HE double hockey sticks. A neighbor straight from hell.
Well,
I hope
it's
he
good
burns.
news that the neighbor's going to be dead because this serial killer here is going to kill him. Look at this guy.
I believe that I cut the lock on the gate to the back of his house. I mean, allegedly, someone has. Let's hear some more.
From hell. I hate to say it, but it's true.
Wednesday, those complaints turned to confrontations. This woman asking the man named Gary to stop as his house alarm wails.
So before we hear anything from Gary, I think that it's important that the news crew was sent out for this because otherwise this woman also would have been dead. There would have been many murders and suicides in this Van Nuys neighborhood. I would not approach this guy. If this guy was blaring air horns in your neck of the woods, Zane, what would you do?
Well, it depends. If this woman shaped like a pear was on the scene, I would let her handle it.
Yeah, right, exactly. All right, well, let's hear from Gary.
I just thought you gotta chill out.
He looks like
Killing
Gary.
us here.
When she spoke with him Wednesday, she says he made cryptic comments about someone possibly being after him and that he needed the police's help.
The police need to pull up these reports. They need to do their job. Everything's right there in front of them. 1 + 1 = 2, not 11.
He says he doesn't want to do it to us, but he's trying to get attention from LAPD and get that guy, I don't even remember his name right now, arrested.
Neighbors like Bob have called LAPD repeatedly, saying the disruptions go beyond the horns and
So, so neighbors have called the police. Is anybody? Would you be surprised, Lucy, if the LAPD didn't show up and take care of this at the recording?
No, of course they're not going to show up. Also, I don't know a lot about how electronics work, but can't they just cut whatever wires are allowing the sirens to go off?
Okay, put that thought in the back burner here. Let's
Okay,
let's
all right.
go back to the neighbors.
That's what I would be doing.
This man
it's
sometimes is
delightful.
out mowing his lawn at 2 a.m. He's working on cars, so you hear metal-to-metal banging all hours of the night into the early morning. And we all have other things to do.
Wednesday, police showed up in force, but Gary, seen driving off here, was long gone.
Pulling away as though he were at the parking lot of Stevie Tomatoes. The way that he just kind of slinks down his seat and drives away.
Well, okay, if he were black, he'd be dead. We all know this.
Yeah. Well, that's fairly true. Yeah.
But he is.
In the
he
meantime-
sounds like he's
Sorry.
Latino, so I'm surprised they don't just take him to
I'll-
El Salvador.
I'll break down the map of Van Nuys versus other parts of the Los Angeles area. It might not be noticed.
Neighbors are hoping he'll just stop.
You could almost set your watch to it in the afternoons. 4 o'clock, boom. He starts blowing the horn, doing the alarm and everything else. It's been going on for a few months.
The way that sunspot above his right eye keeps hitting him, I keep thinking he has a friggin' sight on him, and it's the neighbor really coming for him, and this is going to get really wild.
Gary's definitely looking into this guy. So a lot of times we have a story like this, and I will wrap it up by saying, well, I guess we'll have to keep an eye on this situation and see how it develops. But don't worry, we already have some resolution.
Valley's horniest resident.
I want to make sure that I let that breathe. Ah, Lucy liked that one.
I did.
Fucking home run, Cumia. It was so funny. I'll play it again for you.
The San Fernando Valley's horniest resident is officially dehorned. Gary Boyadzian, the man with the annoying house alarm and the deafening train horns, was arrested. LAPD taking...
Oh.
By the way, people in the chat are being very unkind, saying that those horns are more pleasant than the Isotopes. And I think it's probably a great moment to mention that people should check out the Isotopes this weekend at Beer Park for Isotopioke, where I understand everybody's disappointed that I won't be able to be here this year.
It is very true. We are very sad that you won't be here. Even more so, though, I am sad that Eric Zane will not be here. But all of the Isotopes will be there.
I might show up.
You could drive there.
Yeah,
I would
like
take
that.
the Winnebago to Rochester. Yeah,
it's actually going to be this year. We're going to be at Radio Social. So it is Radio Social, August 23rd, I believe, at 8 p.m. $10 at the door. Tons of great singers. You can make fun of Karl all that you want, and I will be dancing. It's going to be great.
Did I read the side note? Did I read in the New York Post article that Karl's 47? That's not true, is it?
Well, did you think he's younger than that?
Yes.
Oh,
there's no way he's 47.
Yeah, I believe that's accurate because I'm 49, and so I feel like that's about right. I love that that's what you took away from the New York Post article.
No,
which, by the way, we will discuss it a little bit. Easy.
Karl notes that his phone number is wrong in that article. So let's give Karl the benefit of the doubt and assume that they also got his age wrong. Maybe they're just not very good with numbers over at the New York Post.
He's 37. He's he doesn't look a day over 35, that handsome devil. All right, let's get back to Gary.
Him into custody after months of blasting his neighbors on Peach Avenue.
Wow.
They're really doing their part to dox this guy, by the way.
I like how they kick it open and then they go, Gary.
They don't just say that he's on Peach Avenue, by the way. They show you which block he's on Peach Avenue. Yeah, the 660 block. Right.
Gary, Los Angeles Police Department. Down came Boyadzian's front door. And more importantly to the
he's
neighbors
Armenian.
here, down came the train horn.
That actually makes a lot more sense. All right, so this is what you were talking about, Lucy. So the LAPD does come with some equipment.
And we seized 10 horns. They look like train horns that are being run by a compressor.
You heard him right. 10 train horns. But Boyadzian, who was released, is still screeching.
They arrested me for blowing a horn. You see how many of them showed up to my house yesterday? Like I'm a criminal?
Whether or not he's a criminal will be determined in the courts.
Okay.
LAPD says other city departments are working to get him the help he needs. But Boyadzian says he's not done tooting his own horn.
Did you like that
incredible.
one? That he's not done
Tooting his own horn.
Yeah.
The horny broadcast.
Yeah. These are great jokes, aren't they, Lucy?
Horny worked because I wasn't expecting a news team to say that one. I was expecting every other stupid, corny.
Tooting your own horn.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that the chat have some thoughts, but you know what? We're so busy. I don't even know if we have time for port chats today, Eric. This might be the day where we don't have time, but we have to. What are you doing bringing that up, Lucy? I didn't know you could put comments up on the screen.
Tom Myers. I don't know what his problem is. Does he have access to be able to post those? That's weird.
Yeah, you know what? There might be some lingering Tom from when some idiot had him on this network. I think it was Adam Bush, by the way. I believe Adam Bush had him on this network. All right, so we follow up on. I think we have to reset. Lucy, you didn't see this last week because I know you're behind on WATB. You're being on too many shows to keep up with ours. And young Rumpelstiltskin, remember for 25 months. Thank you for that. Hi, Lucy. And remember, if you become a member, you'll be able to watch at least 2 bonus episodes every month and watch the show record live on Tuesdays. I'm sorry, on Saturdays. This show is free for everyone, but Saturdays you can watch the special WATP. All right. So let's revisit a new friend we met only last week on this show.
Whole Potato Company's 4-ton root of all potatoes rolling into Canton for a very important lady.
Yeah, who's the lady?
Been wanting this truck to come
for a while.
Nothing but smiles for Bonita Gibson, laying her eyes on the giant spud for the first time, clinging onto her spuddy buddy.
My whole life, I'm 51 years younger than she.
So this is her grandson here talking. And
Grandson,
Lucy,
okay.
you didn't get to meet this this young lady. If you had to guess, how old do you think she is?
He just said that he's 51 years younger than her.
Yes.
And he looks like he's definitely older than Karl.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with 142.
Okay, you're actually not that far off. She's 114.
She's
yeah.
114.
That's insane.
Yeah, yeah. But she apparently loves potatoes, or at least that's what they
It's
tell
the
her.
cream of the crop, right? Doesn't matter how you fry
Potatoes are
it, bag
neat.
it, bake it, or cut it. Her grandson, Scott Gibson, says
Oh,
her
gross.
favorite.
Probably mashed potatoes.
I asked
Oh,
him
of
where
course.
this deep, profound
You don't need teeth for that. I mean,
Yes.
come on. By the way, how cruel is it? There's a bag of Lay's potato chips, two things that have not been part of her life in a long time.
Right.
Thank you very much.
She's even got the
Potatoes.
summer
I asked
teeth.
him where this deep, profound
Summer
love
teeth.
comes from. He
Yes,
says
summer
probably
here,
sprouted
summer
in
there.
Idaho, where she and her husband grew
Look at that.
Idaho potatoes
Oh,
for
you can
around
see the
35
cancer.
years.
It's awesome for her.
Look.
And I know she's happy.
Now for the answer we've all
Do
been
you know
waiting
she's
for.
happy?
Is it real?
It's really here, but no, this is made out of fiberglass.
But really sparking a
Really,
spectacle
it
and
is.
spectacular birthday celebration put on by her senior living facility, Walton Wood Carriage Park,
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
giving
That's the only time
Oh.
she talks in the piece.
Yes, yes.
Lucy.
He didn't understand her. That's horrible.
But, you know, look, he just knows to nod and smile.
Bonita her flowers.
We think it's just so amazing.
Hi, I'm Cardiff Electric. And this Bonita cunt's been stalking me and my family for over 114 years. Fuck you, bitch. In your face. Take that.
So thank you to the great Cardiff Electric, who forgot to send us that last week. But I told him, don't worry about it. I wanted to show Bonita to Lucy. And anytime we can visit with the potato, Lucy, doesn't it make the show better?
It truly does. He's wonderful.
I don't disagree. So look, what have you gotten on the show so far? You've gotten Lucy, you've gotten Cardiff. I don't even know what else we need. But
we don't need anything, and it sure isn't super chats because we haven't gotten fucking one. So
we've gotten people have wasted some of those member free posts that they get to do.
Yeah.
They wasted it on our show. instead of one of the
exactly.
bigger shows.
So it's the usual pile of shit. Nobody is giving anything.
Well, as a great man once said, you know what? Maybe we didn't deserve it. Okay, maybe we just did a dog shit show today.
Perhaps.
So-
There's still time.
While we're revisiting some of our greatest hits here, you sent me something, Eric, that was a story that we covered 2 years ago in the very earliest weeks of this show. And when we highlighted it, I believe you, Karl, and myself all theorized, I'm pretty sure we're going to hell for sharing it. But 2 years since, I mean, I think we've just fully embraced the garbage human beings that we are, right, Easy?
Absolutely. And it's all par for the course around here these days. So
Let's find out the amazing event that is coming back to Grand Rapids, I believe, this weekend.
These women from all over the country will be in Grand Rapids for the Miss Wheelchair America competition. They will take the stage to share how they plan to educate and advocate for people with disabilities. Miss Wheelchair Michigan, Renita McGuire, will be there competing. She's here with us right now. You look beautiful. Thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
I got the purple memo, huh?
Yeah, you did.
Dwyer Christian said, ew, did you not just see Bonita?
Yeah.
I think that this is a huge step up.
Okay, there's a lot working here. First of all, we haven't seen her face. She might be a beauty, but she has that. It looks like the only wheelchair that makes her stand up to some degree. I don't know. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? The way she's in that stupid chair?
I think that that's probably, I would hope that Johnny Crutches could spring for that, since Aaron makes him stand up. So he could kind of trick everyone into thinking he's standing. Well, let's get a closer look at her. She has turnip hands.
She does.
Unfortunately, Dwyer Christian, you're right. You know, that comment would have been funnier if you put $5 to it, but whatever.
Tell us about yourself and your journey.
So my name's Renita, as you said.
Okay, we've gotten a better look.
She should start with, well, I'm ugly.
Well, I'm a freak. but I'm not 114.
I was born with a disability called arthrogryposis. I had a
Easy
pretty
for
rough
you to
start
say,
in
Renita.
life, foster care, homelessness, all kinds of stuff. But
She does
she
sound
was-
like a party, by the way.
Homeless.
Yeah.
Like that.
Was she
This is
just
quite a
dragging
comeback.
herself along the streets?
That is a great question. I'm
Where-
going to assume that she didn't have the high tech. Maybe I don't know, was she crawling along the streets? I'm sorry. What were you going to say, Lucy?
I have like 1,000 questions about this. So I assume this is held in like a convention center or a hotel.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. It's up 8 flights of stairs, though. That's the ultimate joke about this.
Is that real? Because I
No.
can't imagine any way that
Way to
they could
steal the joke,
possibly
Kristen.
accommodate. They cannot possibly accommodate this many handicapped people, right?
I don't think the state of Michigan could
Well,
accommodate this many handicapped
This
people.
is like this is a yearly thing. We're known for nothing except these
Except for
crack
retards.
whores in wheelchairs showing up here and acting like they're attractive.
Eric, did you do any spelunking on her on the internet? Does she have an OnlyFans, or am I going to have to look for that myself?
You know, I didn't. I couldn't handle it. I could only this is a 4-minute story. So, I mean, I was afraid that I was going to turn into a pillar of salt because my eyes were looking at her, Frank.
Yeah. By the way, Lucy, you'll notice that as I'm playing this, this clip has audio. The version that Eric sent to me did not. You're like, that's true. But I appreciate you finding it because I actually hadn't thought about Miss Wheelchair in a while. Let's get a little bit more from Renita.
I've made my way. I've accomplished a lot of cool stuff. I'm an
Could you give me one?
Well,
Just
wait till
one
you hear
cool
it.
thing.
Wait till you hear what she can do.
Okay.
electronic music DJ. The only
Okay.
one in the world that can spin records with their mouth.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh.
Is there room on the bill at Radio Social this Saturday for an opening act? Kaylee, can you talk to Carl?
If ever I want to watch her tie a cherry string with her mouth and then spin a record, that sounds great. Also, I'm really enjoying. I just noticed that it's called Miss Wheelchair, whatever the crap, which I enjoy because none of these bitches are married, right?
Oh, well, there may be a clip where we see some B-roll in a minute, and you might be onto something.
I'm looking forward to it.
So, but why aren't they showing footage of her going like this?
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
He's got his head on the desk for our audio audience.
We gotta
That's
see
what
her
I want.
scratching a record with her fucking mouth.
I have made a note to look for that for next week, but let's have her talk more about it.
I'm a college professor at Kendall College of Art and Design and Kalamazoo Valley Community College in the fine arts departments in both.
So there are
That's just
fine
high
arts
school.
coming out. Are there fine arts coming out of Kalamazoo?
No, it's high school with cigarettes. It's bullshit.
Kind of sounds like my high school.
So, yeah, I've
do it all.
Yeah, I do quite a bit.
Yeah, Renita, talk about your personal platform.
Okay, so because I had such a rough start in life and I didn't have anyone really to look up to or any mentors or support,
Rightfully
my
so.
platform is about being a mentor and supporting and empowering other people with disabilities, sharing my story, and just helping to encourage them to reach for their dreams and aspirations. And
I don't think a tiara has ever worked so hard to shine in the history of human development.
Her dream would be able to make it to the toilet in under an hour.
resources and adaptations to make those dreams come true. I'm starting my own nonprofit, Butterfly Bridge, and it's people with disabilities mentoring and supporting people with disabilities, answering questions and just letting them know how we got through life and troubleshooting things that they are facing so that they can accomplish the things that they want to accomplish.
Okay, great. So what is her platform again? I think, oh my gosh, Lucy, are you all right? I think we have a candidate for next year's Miss Wheelchair USA. I think.
Let's never tell Carl that this happened. I've already been cringe of the week once recently. I don't need it again.
Well,
outstanding.
This show doesn't become.
I'm glad I'm wearing pants today. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, we're not. This show can't be cringe of the week because then cringe of the week would have to be an hour and a half. So I think you're in the clear. All right. So I don't know what we learned there, but fortunately she's in a room with a real reporter, one who can stand up.
What's it like being Miss Wheelchair Michigan?
Yeah, okay, I want to know this.
It's pretty rad, to be honest.
Is it? Do you really think it's really rad? Yeah. Lucy, does it seem like it'd be a rad title to have?
The DJ, the spinning records with her mouth is way more rad.
That's so
than,
cool.
I don't know. That's first on the resume for sure.
Yeah. And honestly, first, last only. I don't think we need any of this other stuff.
I've done a lot of traveling all over the state. I've met a lot of cool people, press and speaking engagement.
Okay, so for our audio audience, we're now going to hear her speak over some B-roll and, some footage of a past event. And they stay on this for a long time. I wonder if they were getting calls at the station, at Wood TV, WOOD. They're like, can we stop looking at this broad? So this might lead into what Lucy was saying. This might support your belief that they're Ms. Wheelchair America for a reason.
And lots of advocacy work all over. So it's
look at how upset this one
like
woman
putting
is.
my life in fast forward.
She's
and
happy
under
because she
a big
won.
magnifying glass.
Yeah,
but it's been a great time.
That's
Those are happy.
About the
Mrs.
Miss Wheelchair
Kumi.
America competition. What does that all entail?
I mean, I don't think that there's enough self-tanner to that this woman would be somebody that Kumi would be interested in.
What happens during the week?
So during the week, which starts this Monday, we will be doing a lot of interviews with judges, personal one-on-one interviews, and then we're going to have
rolling around.
some like fun activities in the evening to
Fun
kind of get to know
activities
each
in the
other and
evening.
some
We'll
bonding
roll to
moments
those.
with all the other girls. And then there's a speech night where we do our platform speech, and that is judged
No
as
one's
well.
paying attention to
and
what
then
she's
the
saying
crowning
because
gala.
No, we're just
How are
distracted
you
by everything.
feeling leading up to the competition?
Yeah, how are you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm nervous.
I think they've got an obesity problem in the wheelchair
I only have a
community.
couple days left.
Well, it is tough to get jacked when you're in a wheelchair. It is a great
To
point.
finish getting ready, and I've been doing a lot of work, but I'm really excited, and I'm excited to meet all the girls. We've been chatting a lot lately, so although they're competitors, they also feel like sisters now. So
Yeah, these dumb bitches. You hate all of them,
Look at
obviously.
that face. Look at that freeze frame. Wow. If crack
Well,
could talk.
We want to make sure that everybody knows
So
how
how
they
can
can
people
find out more.
watch?
On platform night and speech night, you can come to the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel around 7:15. It starts. It's
Okay.
$10 a ticket.
Eric,
How
I don't know
long
what I don't know what your plans are this week, but I feel like you have to go to this and bring even if you just bring your cell phone to film some stuff for us. I think you have to go to this.
I'm really curious. I want to know what percentage of the audience is in wheelchairs.
Probably none of them.
Of
They
this
all just
audience?
laugh.
Well, all
Yes.
of them, probably.
Oh,
Actually,
do you mean our audience or
no, of
Wheelchair
the
America?
for the Miss Wheelchair
Oh,
America
gotcha.
pageant.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? So somebody was talking about you'll have a hard time finding a handicapped spot down there because there's these fucking idiots going to take all the spots.
They should actually do it reverse, where the parking lot, the only spots non-handicap can park in are the ones right by the door. And
How
they
about
just get all of them.
the fact that this is a 7-day event? Jesus Christ, it's like the decathlon.
It sounds exhausting. Well, let's find out a little bit more.
And you can watch in person, and then if you're farther away and can't make it in person, they will be live streaming it.
Okay.
And those links will be on the Miss Wheelchair America website and their Facebook page and mine. So if you just look up my name, you can find me.
I think this is where we're at a bit of a disadvantage, where for this show that we don't have clippers, we don't have like a My Lost Interest, a Doom, or, somebody that can do this for us so that I don't have to go to MsWheelchairAmerica.org on Monday to try and find the best clips from this. I would love it if somebody could find us some clips of Ms. Wheelchair America. That's why I'm trying to get Eric to go to this thing, Lucy.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I probably should, but I probably won't.
Yeah, no. I've known you for a couple years now. Yeah. You should, but you also know you won't, and I appreciate
Eric,
the honesty.
if you have to decide between Miss Wheelchair America and the Isotopes show, which one are you going to choose?
That's a great question.
Wow. I'd probably go see the Isotopes just because I know the Isotopes or people in the Isotopes, and I would want to see my friends. But the spectacle of Miss Wheelchair would be that much more of a spectacle.
It's true.
That's true. Let's finish this off. I jumped ahead a
It
little bit.
really impacts anyone. So we're kind of advocating for all people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Renita, anything else that I missed that you want to share?
No, thanks for having me. I'm really excited, and I hope to see you all there for support for me and all the other girls.
Yes, good luck to you. We are rooting for you, okay?
Thank you so much.
That we're rooting for you is just terribly pandering. General Ocean Wolf, Tukey World Order, Tukey Taliban, member for 24 months. Thank you for being a member for 2 years. Hey, yo, great show as always. Thank you. Well, we're getting these membership chats. Now people are just kind of flaunting them.
Oh, yeah. We've popped the cork. It's got to be nonstop now. Look out. Big money rolling in. Holy shit. Look out.
It's about to happen. All right. Well, I feel like Ms. Wheelchair America, all of them, I think they're all celebrities. But for some of you in the audience, you might be itching for some real celebrities.
WATV, who are these celebrity news? Who are these celebrity news?
So in a little bit, we are going to be covering one of the, if not the biggest single podcast episode in the history of podcasting. But this morning I found out about something new that literally just premiered today. Are the two of you, either of you, familiar with Ashley St. Clair? I'll give you a little bit of a primer on her.
No, I don't. The name is in my head, but I couldn't tell you what she does.
So she's she was part of the Babylon Bee. So I think a lot of people have clicked on links from the Babylon Bee. Very funny with a conservative bent, obviously. My favorite thing about her from this explanation that she was born in either 1993 or 1999, depending on who you believe, which is the way to do it, right, Kaylee? Just I always keep them guessing. But in addition to that part of her background, in February 2025, St. Clair announced on X that she gave birth to a son, Romulus, in September 2024, claiming Elon Musk as the father.
That's right.
Making this his alleged 13th child. The claim has drawn significant attention with reports of a custody dispute and allegations that Musk offered her $15 million to keep the child's existence secret, which she denied accepting. Musk has not publicly confirmed the claim, responding cryptically on X. She has another son, but we're not interested in that. So that's why you might know her name. And I think someone like this is a voice that needs to be amplified. And fortunately, Ashley St. Clair agrees.
Well, after a year of unplanned career suicide, many questionable life choices, and a gap in my LinkedIn profile that cannot legally be explained.
That is a direct reference to the thing I mentioned. She's not allowed to talk about whether or not Elon Musk is a baby daddy.
I've decided to start a podcast.
Oh, good. There's not enough of those.
Asked, but because statistically speaking, it was either this or join an MLM.
I had to look up what that was.
Yeah, what's that? Multi-level marketing?
Yes,
Glad
exactly.
she did not join an MLM. We don't need any more of those people.
No, we don't need anyone who works in marketing. They always want to tell you about their background in marketing. And you know what, Kaylee? It's a little annoying.
So here we are. And unlike your Ben Shapiro's or your Megyn Kelly's, I'm not starting this because I think my big brain thoughts and my podcast mic are the greatest gift to humanity.
Okay, you're right about both of
I actually think
those.
I have the worst ideas. So consider everything out of my mouth a cautionary tale.
Okay, so this is heavily written is one of the things I want to point out, but I don't think I need to. Go ahead, Easy.
Do you think that she can't talk about this because she actually did get the money?
Yes.
She's good.
Yeah. Well, she's not good. She did get some money, and we're gonna find out about exactly that. It's almost like we rehearsed this.
So I'm getting evicted, and Polymarket offered me $10,000 to do an ad read. So with that, the roof over my head has been brought to you by Polymarket. God bless Polymarket, the world's largest prediction market, where you can place bets on who's going to win the midterms, whether Trump will release the Epstein files, or how many posts Elon Musk is going to send in a day.
So she likes to figure out ways to say his name without talking about how she knows.
So thank you, Polymarket. All right, now that I have sold out in the first 60 seconds.
Ever heard somebody do an ad read where they preface the ad read with, "I am only doing this for money."
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that I've heard a couple of Manscaped reads that the host is perhaps not that excited about. By the way, she's being
Not
evicted from what looks like one of those staging homes, that realtors use. It doesn't look like anyone actually lives there, but I'm so glad that she chose to sit on the bed at that angle to podcast with us. And I'm sorry, Lucy, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I've heard people be unenthusiastic when they're doing ad reads, but she literally said, "I am doing this for $10,000. Thanks for the money, assholes."
Yes, right, exactly.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, but we should let our audio audience know she just put on sunglasses.
Which honestly feels appropriate, like the right tone given the allegations.
So again, she keeps dancing around what we know her for. By the way, this had 500 views when I pulled these clips. So,
I wish I had that much.
Actually, so do I. You see what we have right now.
Oh yeah, I get like 50 a show. It's embarrassing.
We're gonna jump right into this. This is bad advice with Ashley St. Clair. Take it or leave it. Probably leave it.
Get confident, stupid. See, I don't have props that. So she's really underselling what this show is, and I think that we will have to spend some more time with her next week because I've got more, but I want people to keep watching.
No, I like that. I think that could be something that's worth going back to while it's still here. I mean,
Yeah.
What do you think? 5 episodes, maybe 10?
Maybe 10. So let's go just a couple rungs up the celebrity ladder and check in with Scott Baio, Chachi from Happy Days, Charles of Charles in Charge. I think he's in a movie called Zapped as well, Diagnosis Murder. I'm pretty sure I've gone through his entire IMDb right now, but he's upset about something.
And my friend Adam Hunter was on there.
So sorry, he's talking about he was watching Gutfeld, and a friend of his was on Gutfeld. Apparently some idiot clipped that part off the clip, and that's me. So his friend was on Gutfeld, and there's a panelist there named Tyrus.
almost part of our family. He has a wonderful wife and daughter. We love him. And one of the guests, Tyrus, took a really cheap shot at me. It was really unwarranted that he didn't know if I was alive or dead.
It's a pretty good question, actually.
Tyrus, just so you know, I've been in the entertainment business since I'm 9 years old.
Is he
I don't know
becoming
how many television series I've had? Maybe 7.
Bruce Dickinson? Who's the guy that does that bit on SNL with the cowbell?
You're talking about Christopher Walken?
Yes, he's becoming Christopher Walken. Look at him.
He's definitely not becoming Bruce Dickinson. Bruce Dickinson still rules.
Yes,
Well,
Bruce Dickinson will always rule.
Walken played a character called Bruce Dickinson on the cowbell bit.
Yeah, for the recording of Blue Oyster Cult's.
Yes, that's who
I
he
gotta have more
reminds me of.
cowbell. Yes,
and he's also wearing those shorts that we wore in the 80s where a dick would fly out of the bottom of them.
And he's repping the
My
Tampa Bay
favorite.
Buccaneers hard. Yeah, well, that's true. Those are called Lucy shorts.
I don't know how many movies I've done, a bunch. How much directing I've done, a bunch. And I had a show on up until 2016. Oh, God. You know what happened in 2016?
Why don't you tell us, Chachi?
I spoke for President Trump the first night of the Republican convention in Cleveland.
So I think you guys can see where this is going. But
What a pussy.
prior to that, it sounded to me like Chachi was living in the past, celebrating past accomplishments like a real Uncle Rico. So I just wanted to highlight that because it is indeed the perfect lead-in to what was the reason that made me ask the delightful Lucy Tightbox. Hamilton Berger, thank you for $2 Canadian. Watch WATB's only super chat go unread. So as Lucy knows, I started getting all these texts from my buddy EZ over there over the weekend, asking if what is now known as the LOL suit is real, or is it a bit? Is Karl and of course our great friend Shuli, Shalom Shuli, being sued by Stuttering John Melendez. And I thought for a second of like, oh, let's just have Karl come on. But then I thought, well, Karl shouldn't talk about this, you know? So I know that you've been doing, Lucy Does Dabbleverse, and you've been doing a great job breaking this down. So I'd like you to just, in preschool terms, which is also Eric Zane terms, explain what's happening here.
I would be happy to. This has been a really, really crazy week. So basically what is happening is that Stuttering John has filed a lawsuit against Karl and Shuli in which he's asking for a total of $600,000. And the reason that he is asking for that money is because he is claiming that Karl and Shuli violated what are called Sections 50 and 51 of New York civil rights law. Now, that still feels like legal mumbo jumbo, I am sure. And it is also pretty boring. But Sections 50 and 51 have to do with the right of privacy and publicity. So a lot of people are getting this lawsuit a little bit mixed up with things like copyright, and it's not exactly the same thing. The idea of having privacy and publicity is that you cannot use a person's name, portrait, picture, or anything like that for advertisements without their written consent. And so we've seen other lawsuits that are kind of similar to that one. Probably the most famous one was the Carmen Electra lawsuit. And in the Carmen Electra lawsuit, which was just from a few years ago, there was a gentleman's club in Vegas or something that used Carmen Electra's picture on one of their billboards in order to advertise and get, dicks in the seats. And Carmen Electra had not told them that they could do that, so they were making it look like she was going to be there, which was false advertising, and she didn't want that, so she sued that company. That's very similar to this lawsuit.
Did she win that one?
She did not win that one, but she lost based on statute of limitations, which is the amount of time that she had in order to file the lawsuit. So she took too long to file the actual lawsuit. So that's basically what Section 50 of this New York civil rights law, that's what that says. And then Section 51 talks about there being a cause of action that allows any person who is injured by the fact that their portrait, picture, likeness, whatever was used in advertising to sue for injunction or damages. So the combination of those two statutes is allowing John to file this lawsuit where he is alleging that Karl and Shuli used his likeness in order to promote DabbleCon 2 and Dabble House, and that they got money based upon the fact that they were using his likeness to advertise. So basically the commercialization of John.
So, Easy, hold any thoughts you have, because I want to make sure that I bring the most important part into this case. Our visual audience can see. Can we talk about the couch cushions, please?
Yes. The couch cushions have nothing to do with this dang lawsuit, but
okay.
I am so happy that they are in it. So the way that John wrote this lawsuit, so what I just described, now I didn't use any of the buzzwords that everybody has been talking about. Everybody's been talking about the couch cushions. Everybody's been talking about the fact that the lawsuit misdefines the term dabble. Everybody's been talking about all these, they're talking about the Kate Meany tapes are in the lawsuit. And that's true. All of that stuff is in the lawsuit. It has nothing to do with the actual claims. The reason that those are all included within the lawsuit is to set kind of a baseline and an explanation for what's been going on. So I would also say that they're probably just in there in order for John and his attorney to be vindictive, because he wanted to bring those points up much more than he actually needed to bring any of those points up.
Yeah, the lawsuit mentions things like how much more famous he is than either Karl or Shuli, which in 2025 might not necessarily be true. We'll let the jury decide. So, Easy, as you take all this in, what are some of your thoughts and any questions you may have for someone more qualified to answer them than me?
Yeah. One of the things that comes up is the talk, like you said, damages. You have to prove that damage was done. Like, it might be easy to prove that they actually did have his face on a flyer or whatnot, but proving damage, isn't that an entirely different thing?
That would be so incredibly hard to do. And in addition to that, I don't actually recall, and I haven't looked into this a ton, but I don't recall John's likeness being used in any of the advertisements. I recall for DabbleCon 2, it was the cockroaches, and for Dabble House, I think it was the cockroaches and like the Coors logo. Maybe Coors should be suing them.
Well, I was going to say, if any,
Yeah.
I think a lawyer in Golden, Colorado just had his ears perk up. Like, hang on a second.
No, I could not agree with you more about that. John would need to sue for damages, and he would need to be able to prove damages. If this lawsuit does continue, which I think it is likely that it will be dropped, if this lawsuit does continue, John will eventually, during the discovery portion, have to prove what he has lost and explain that to the court. It's not the court's job to decide that. He has to show it to them. I don't know how he's going to be able to do that. And I think actually that Cardiff Electric said it best. He said, the problem is that it's so obvious that the commodity for these events is not John. The commodity for these events is Karl and Shuli making fun of John. The product is literally Karl and Shuli. John just happens to be getting discussed. It would be the same thing as me discussing bananas. You know, if I build an entire podcast where I'm making fun of bananas constantly, and then I put a banana on my logo, and now people come and see me, and then Big Banana is like, I'm suing Kaylee. That's effectively what's happening.
When you say bananas, is that a euphemism for people like my wife?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Well, and to that
I knew she liked the show.
To that point, if you did a show about how bananas give you AIDS,
yeah,
but Big Banana could sue you because you were actually doing damage.
Del Monte and Chiquita, by the way, Eric Zane is just putting that out hypothetically. We all know that bananas do not give you AIDS.
Well, it's the same thing. Like if they were talking about John, I mean, really saying terrible things that were not true and slandering John, you could prove that damage was done to his reputation because somebody heard that. Now they all think he's this or that.
Yes, this lawsuit does not talk at all about reputational harm done to John. For some reason, the lawsuit entirely skips over any reputational harm. And again, Cardiff talks about that perfectly. He said, oh my God, what did he say? I was like blown away when he said this. I was like, that's so incredibly
He's a smart potato.
Yeah, he's a smart potato. Dang it. He's so smart. I don't even remember what it was.
Well, that's all right. If you think of it, it's fine. Now, listen, I will say that, I don't necessarily hear every minute of every show on the Shuli network. I haven't heard every Uncle Rico. I've heard every of these podcasts, of course, obviously. But one thing is that I don't think I've ever heard those guys lie about John. You know, they might report a rumor that could turn out to be not true, but the rumor's there for a reason. They don't really lie about John. John does a great job with reputational harm, wouldn't you say?
He hurts his own reputation.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the point that Cardiff made. Thank you for reminding me. What the point that Cardiff made was that John has to prove damages. John can't sell tickets to his own events right now.
That's
so
true.
therefore, what is he possibly losing out on?
Well, some would say maybe it's because people are saving their money for DabbleCon 3. Is that possible? What were you going to say, Z?
Someone, I think it was the one pun, suggested Kate Meany recorded that footage. Shouldn't he be going after her?
Yes, I could not possibly disagree with how this lawsuit was drafted more. So the lawsuit sues only Karl, Shuli, who are these podcasts, and TSN. It should sue anybody who profiteered off of his image. Now, I think that the argument that the lawsuit is making is that because Karl and Shuli were the main people who were taking out the websites, who were making all the marketing, who were kind of overseeing everything, that's why it's only suing them. Kate Meany allegedly did not get paid for any of these tapes. And so if that is the case, then she couldn't have possibly been sued in this lawsuit, since the crux of the issue is, well, I care about people who are monetarily gaining from me. That being said, I do think that lawsuit should have happened, but let's be honest, John is so in love with Kate. He would never sue her.
That was going to be my point. If he's not suing her because he's still trying to fuck her, right? I mean, in his mind, there's always a chance. Well, by the way, and there is that New York Post article, but I do need to point out that our buddy TV's Will Heron has done a far more accurate job of reporting. So if you look for this article that I'm showing here from News 15, that's the great Will Heron, TV's Will Heron. Is there anything else that you want to know about this, Eric, or you feel like you have enough of an understanding that you realize that John may be an F slur? I think I heard someone refer to him as that on a show.
F rhymes with Baggett.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say who said that. I think I heard I heard someone say that.
No, I mean, people are lashing out, but I honestly, I was excited for Karl when I saw this because I know this lawsuit won't go much further than what we already have. And there has got to be a bump from being talked about on all of these news outlets. There has to be. I'm curious to see what type of analytics Karl is able to glean from all of this amazing publicity. I think it's terrific.
Well, everybody should check in on a Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern for an all-new Who Are These podcasts right on this channel. Adam Bush will be there. Producer Chris will be there. I actually don't know who else will be there. But, that's what else do you need? So check that out. Go ahead, Kaylee.
I've been, I couldn't agree with you more. I think that the publicity aspect of this is going to be wonderful for both Karl and Shuli. However, I have been wanting to really remind people it's not fun to get sued. These guys are not jumping for joy. I'm sure that they're losing sleep at times. It's stressful, no matter how much I think that they are going to prevail in this lawsuit and that it is wonderful for them publicly. It sucks, dude. It sucks.
Fair. Go ahead, Easy.
Is there a timeline that, unless it's already been said, and that may have happened because I'm not paying attention sometimes, but has there been a timeline for this?
So Karl and Shuli have just under 30 days to respond to the allegations in the complaint. So it is basically what happened is John filed his allegations. Now Karl and Shuli get an opportunity to respond. A court conference has already been requested, and my estimate for when that's going to actually occur is between, I would say, probably 3 and 6 months for New York County courts. They're pretty behind. And I think that before that conference, we really won't have a lot of information. So I would say Karl and Shuli almost certainly will respond to the allegations. I can't imagine that they won't be responding to the allegations because there's tons of inaccurate things in there. So I'm sure that they will respond through an attorney, and that we can expect to see within the next 20 to 30 days, basically. So
and this just popped in my head. So there's a possibility we could have a courtroom scene with Karl and Shuli and John and Tukey and the potato. Oh, we could all be there to witness this. We could have a Dabbleverse pre-court type of tailgate, and then we could all go, yeah!
It's true. It's true.
And worst case scenario, they're out $600,000. But you notice not listed in the suit, Lucy Tightbox, Trucker Andy, Producer Chris.
We'll come up with that. He'll do a GoFundMe. These people will make this happen. No fucking problem. I'm not worried.
So that is.
I want to say one more thing. Just
yes,
a really good way to support them right now. I obviously go watch their shows. Obviously, if you can, super chats and super tips. But in addition to that, a lot of people don't know when you are watching YouTube videos, if you do not skip the advertisements, instead of clicking that little skip button, if you watch through those advertisements, it really does make a big difference in the bottom lines for shows. So if you are watching their channels and you don't have money to give, I would implore you to watch those advertisements if you want to support these guys right now.
Watch Karl and Shuli's ads, but you can skip Ashley St. Clair's ads. There's no problem there. We got no issue. So this is the big lawsuit in this neck of the woods. We have one other big lawsuit before we get to our main event, and we have to head over to this neck of the woods.
Who are these politics? Who are these politics?
There's a lawsuit that has been filed, and Easy, you look like you need something.
Yeah, sorry. Speaking of money, we've got $2 so far.
Yeah. By the way, Karl gets a share of our super chats.
Yeah.
If you want to support Karl, give us some super chats,
right?
And he'll get some of it. You know,
right now,
you'd be helping Karl right now.
He's getting about 60 or 70 cents from that $2. So thanks.
I see a lot of people being very opposed to watching ads in the chat right now. So I'm just going to say, you can also just give money. Give
Pay for it.
Eric and Christian some money right now.
You know what would be funny right now if somebody watching thought, okay, fine, I'm going to go ahead and gift 10 Who Are These Podcast memberships. That would be really funny. I think we'd all have a good laugh if you guys did that. And nobody would start counting the nickels and dividing them up. All right. So before we get to Mr. Blue Sky with, oh my God, we have to look up that denomination again.
Yeah,
I think
the kroner to the dollar.
It's more than $2 Canadian for sure. So thank you, Mr. Blue Sky, telling us to stop whining. So speaking of stop whining, there is a lawsuit that has been filed for $1 billion. And to introduce the person who filed the lawsuit, I bring in our friend, the great Chris Mad Dog Russo.
And on the same day that, Melania Trump writes a letter to Putin.
Melania.
Whatever her freaking name is. On the same day she...
Yes. So Melania, whatever her freaking name is, has filed suit based on a clip that we showed on this show. Our friends at Channel 5, it's a great YouTube channel, that they interviewed Hunter Biden. And let's hear a little bit about this.
The day of presidential litigation has arrived. It's lawsuit time. In my hand is a legal demand letter addressed to Mr. Hunter Biden from the First Lady of the United States, demanding a retraction of Channel 5's video called Hunter Biden Returns, in which Mr. Biden here makes some speculative comments about the relationship between Jeffrey Epstein, Melania Trump, and Donald Trump.
Okay, well, they knew each other well. They spent an enormous time together. According to his biographer, is that Jeffrey Epstein introduced Melania. That's how Melania and the First Lady and the president met.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm going to point out that Hunter Biden, obviously there's an earlier clip where he's talking about how much better crack is than regular cocaine, but that's actually not relevant to this conversation. So he's at least smart enough to be like, Epstein's biographer said this thing. Yeah. So he's giving attribution to who said it.
Which, by the way, she looks 16 in that picture, for God's sake.
But I'm sure she's at least 19. So I don't know why you would say that, Eric.
Epstein made the intro.
Yeah, according to Michael Wolff.
Yeah.
And so I only...
For our audio audience, again, this is Michael Wolff says, quote, the first time he slept with her was on my plane, says Michael Wolff, referring to the Lolita Express.
Right. We can go by what people are saying, and I don't know.
He didn't make these claims out of nowhere. They come from another journalist named Michael Wolff, who is a biographer that actually spoke to Jeffrey Epstein.
We're really going out of our way to throw Michael Wolff under the bus, aren't we?
Poor Michael Wolff's getting killed.
He's like, what the fuck?
But now here we are. And I've got $1 billion document in my hands because Mrs. Trump is seeking $1 billion in damages if we don't take the video down and if Hunter here doesn't issue a formal apology to Mrs. Trump. So now we're here maybe to give you the platform to apologize to the First Lady for your statements that you made about her possible connection to Jeffrey Epstein.
Fuck that. That's not going to happen.
So this is why we love Hunter Biden.
That's fucking great. That is fucking cool. I don't give a fuck about anything. That's just outstanding.
They always ask you those questions. Who would you like to have dinner with if you could pick anybody? Right at the top of the list for me is Hunter Biden. I would love to hang out with Hunter Biden.
Well, his stock just shot up. I mean, he's a fucking idiot. He's a psychopath, but
Sure.
that's wonderful.
Yeah, but who do you want to party with, him or Don Jr.? And honestly, they'd probably be having a lot of fun if they could party together. But Lucy, you hear this? The Trump family tends to sue people for $1 billion pretty regularly. We can keep the politics out of it. I think it's just a simple fact. What do you think about suing Hunter Biden for $1 billion for claiming that you read a book where somebody said something?
I want to see it happen. This is very similar, though. This is not even a lawsuit yet to me. It sounds like it's just a demand letter. So this is what happened to Karl and Shuli back in June, I think it was. Regardless, I want to see it.
I do too, actually.
It's funny.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to is I think it's very funny. And look how happy he is. Look how proud.
He's relaxed. He's not scared.
He's so glad his dad isn't the president anymore. He doesn't have to worry about anything. Go ahead, Kaylee.
He looks better than I think I've ever seen him look in this video.
Yeah, well, crack's a hell of a drug. That's what I've heard. All right. Well,
by the way, we always love welcoming new audience members. This is a name I haven't seen before. Well, welcome to Chuck Puck, who says, can they play more than 4 seconds of video before they stop it and blather on for 5 minutes?
Okay, so Chuck Puck doesn't understand transformative content. I think that what you're looking for, Chuck Puck, is sit-down Zumok. That might be where you would go to see Dad. And look, this is what some people have tuned in for. This is going to be the main event. We'll see if we can get 5 seconds in as we head over.
I like it just the way it is. So
yeah. So as we head over to talk shows.
WATB, who are these talk shows? Who are these talk shows?
Go ahead and read that. That looks like
Line in the Club podcast throws $3 our way and says, here, now you have 5. Well, that's not always true. We've got a little bit more than that because 1 kroner equals 9.7 cents. So we have $4.86 after the kroners came in from Mr. Blue Sky. So thank you so much.
Look, I just have to say to our audience, we love you, but you're embarrassing us in front of Lucy. She just thinks that this is the kind of show that doesn't get any money. And look, we know that's true, but it's embarrassing.
I'm a Jewish woman. You need to impress me with money. That's
Yes,
the only way that
right,
I function.
Exactly. So we are, of course, talking about the fact that Taylor Swift went on her boyfriend's podcast that he does with his brother. And this is a graphic from the Pat McAfee show. So in terms of the live audience, it had 1.3 million live concurrent viewers when it happened. And prior to that, the record was 0.80, so 800,000 views when Trump was on with Rogan, and a little bit less than that when Pat McAfee had on Aaron Rodgers the first time, the big time anyway. So I think that that's why we're seeing that. But in terms of views, you can look right down there. 19 million people have watched this. And I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't spend a few minutes taking a look at some of this. And I think it's really important that people understand. You might think that we're going to take a negative approach towards this. And I think everybody needs to know that that's nothing would be further from the truth. Everyone at WATB, and I assume the channel as a whole, everybody's a huge Swiftie. We have no beef with your queen, and we know how important her man is. You know, Travis's brother Jason's a bit of a dipshit, so maybe that'll be a little bit of our focus. But when 19 million people watch something, I think it's important that we shine a light on it. And I want to start with anybody who has the question of, like, what could Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce possibly have in common? Well, I have the answer for you.
Paper, like, we actually kind of have a very similar job. Like, our job is to entertain people for 3+ hours in NFL stadiums. And it's like,
it's
like when I'm
Jason Kelce there laughing way too hard.
there, it's called a dressing room. When Travis is there, it's called a locker room.
Yep,
For me, it's called a rehearsal. For him, it's called a practice. For him, it's called his coach. For me, it's my mom.
Yeah.
So
everybody's having fun here. They're just laughing it up. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know the exact timeline for how these two got together. So what I learned, because I watched all 2 hours, Travis went to see Taylor perform at Arrowhead Stadium where the Chiefs play, and he was so immediately smitten with her, he needed to meet her. So he went on the podcast and basically shot his shot. They're going to recreate that for us and tell us what that was like. And I think getting to hear it from them is going to make it more entertaining.
Meet me, please. Now I'm butthurt.
Yeah.
So that's basically him recreating how he tried to get to meet Taylor Swift.
yeah, I'm upset that you didn't meet me, even though you didn't know I wanted to meet you, because I didn't do any proper logistical planning.
I hate them just for that moment. I didn't really hate them prior to this podcast. I had no reason to.
Sure.
I couldn't have cared less, but now I kind of want to, because they're being so ridiculous when it comes to what they're trying to create here. You know, they're not doing anything. They're just sitting here making noises into a goddamn microphone.
Well, I'd like to point out again that I'm big fans of everyone on the screen. But Kaylee, do you feel like she's dressing down her man a little bit there. Like, yeah, you were mad that you didn't get to meet me without even trying to go through the proper channels to meet me. It's basically what I'm hearing.
This is the couple that, like, when you ask them how they met and you're like sitting together and then they're like, oh, schmoopy poopy, everything's so cute and everything is. That's what I feel like I'm watching, except with, I don't know. I learned something about football, I think, someplace along the way.
Yeah, somewhere along the way. You did notice that clip started with Travis doing something, and Taylor points out later in the episode that apparently he does that anytime that he can get close to a microphone.
I'm looking at you and then you're screaming into the mic because when there's a mic and there's Travis, like he physically needs to scream into it.
Of course. All right. Okay.
So you don't have to actually demonstrate that. And that's probably very annoying to everyone wearing headphones. I'm going to assume the producer probably dialed it down a little bit.
Right. I'm starting to hope for some type of spinal injury.
No. We don't want any
point in the NFL.
No, Jason Kelce's retired.
Could be anybody.
Yeah, Jason Kelce's retired, so that's not going to actually accomplish anything. Obviously, Taylor is here to sing the praises of her man. So let's hear how she describes her favorite qualities about him.
It's like he's just a vibe booster in everyone's life that he's in. He's like a human exclamation point. Like, he's like when you take a picture on your phone and you put you push the enhance color button. Yeah. That's like what you do to everyone's life.
When I text, I'm always exclamations.
I use so many more exclamation points.
So, Easy, I've got a question for you. Would you like to be characterized by a lady friend at any point in your life as a vibe booster?
Yeah, I mean, these people are in a very long honeymoon phase, which happens from time to time. And it's all for show. They probably actually hate each other. They're both gay. They probably never even. He's got a boyfriend.
Nope.
And she's got a girlfriend.
I believe in true love. I'm sorry that you're so jaded. Lucy, what do you think it means if you refer to a gentleman in your life as a vibe booster? Is that a euphemism for something?
That's the word. I was so infuriated by hearing that phrase because now everybody's going to be saying that. That's going to be the new 2025 thing that all the girls are saying. Like, oh my God, that was such a vibe booster.
By the way, we could use some vibe boosters out there on social media. Chad's missing upper lip. Are you ready for the job? Tom Myers was in the chat earlier. We would welcome him as a vibe booster for WATB. So we didn't get a great look at Ashley Sinclair's show, but I'm going to spoil something about it. It is not very well edited. This show's a little too edited, and I think it's done very professionally, but there's times where you'll get whiplash watching like this.
Your competitiveness.
She's not fucking around. No, Tay's not fucking around.
Oh my God.
She's not fucking around.
Reclaiming master.
So they literally cut to a black screen, and in the middle of like him just saying, yeah, she's not fucking around. I don't think she was too happy with that. Again, this is 9 seconds.
As well as like your competitiveness.
She's not fucking around. No, Tay's not fucking around.
Oh my God.
She's not fucking around.
I didn't do any of that. That's how the episode is. The probably 20 million by now have watched that. Lucy, is it possible to get just a little too trigger happy with the editing fingers?
Yes. I also, a lot of the time when people are doing these sorts of edits, they're using AI to do it.
Oh, that's fair. I didn't actually think about that. Yeah.
But I would think at the level of this podcast that somebody would go in and check that the AI didn't mess it up entirely, which clearly nobody did.
Other than me, who wants to actually watch all 2 hours of this? They just skim through it and they look for the little pop-up that comes and says 19 million people. Yeah, I know.
Only one watches it all the way through, and it's you. Sure.
It's just me. So in this next clip, Travis Kelce is going to say something that we know. All of us who are Swifties, we all know this. I just want to celebrate him for being brave enough to actually say it in a public forum.
But being
woman in the world.
It's crazy. Being a songwriter.
That's her boyfriend.
Smartest woman in the world.
Stop.
You being the songwriter.
Smartest woman in the world. You're that kind of glowing accolades. Lucy. Does that make you comfortable if somebody's going to keep calling you out like that?
I think that people who say words like that are liars.
Well, I think that, again, I believe in true love, but Travis Kelce is a bit of a smitten kitten. So let's see some more of this on display.
The glorious, fortuitous mistake of saying that to my fans in an interview. You know what those words mean.
I love it.
You're so handsome. So basically,
how do you feel about that? I'm gonna ask you first, Lucy. How do you feel about what we just watched?
So okay. So she like lovingly touches his chin to shut him up. But okay, the other guy, I don't know.
That's his brother, Jason Kelce.
Okay, that's his brother.
Yeah, he's retired
now. He's sitting in the room with them.
He's in another room.
Getting to see the split. Okay, well, it doesn't matter.
Pretty sure
can
he's
see
not
them.
there. Yeah.
He can see them. His reaction to her lovingly touching. I don't know what this guy's name is. I'm sorry, Jason.
So Jason's the brother. Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
So Travis is Taylor's
Travis.
boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Jason's reaction to Taylor lovingly touching Travis was to start laughing as if he had never seen it before. So that makes me think this is entirely performative. I don't think that any of that is real. I think that was, we are currently on camera, and that means we have to be cutesy because this is how we're going to make a whole bunch of money. So maybe when he does call her the smartest woman in the world, he's correct about that, at least in some sense, because they probably made so much money off of this.
Let's actually watch this clip again. It's a short one, and then Easy, I'll give you a chance to.
I made the glorious, fortuitous mistake of saying that to my fans in an interview. You know what those words mean.
I love it.
You're so handsome. So
go ahead, Easy. You feel like maybe you're not the only person we're looking at right now whose dick doesn't work.
Yeah, it's I every time I've seen these two together, I kind of haven't really bought into the fact that they're real.
Yeah.
And I just don't see it. If these two wind up actually staying together for a really long time, I'll be surprised. I think that this is all just nonsense, frankly.
All right. Well, look, again, just because you don't believe in true love doesn't mean you should shit on somebody else's. This is a 2-hour podcast. They did about 90 minutes of bullshit. And then it finally came down to so to their credit, at least I'm going to believe what they said here. Travis said, I would never have asked you to be on the podcast. He just, felt uncomfortable. Let's be honest. It's beneath her. But she wanted to promote something. And if they're actually together, she's being a good girlfriend here because she's giving them the scoop. And she at least knows the show well enough that she wants to be a part of one of their segments.
Let's get to the part of this show that I think is what everybody is going to be talking about.
Yes, there is a baby crying in the background.
It's his
Jason
tone.
Jason Kelce.
It's that caveman voice.
This is a fraction of the way he talks about Taylor Swift.
Kelsey.
I'm only going to plow through about half of these clips today. We're going to have some more next week. We'll get a little bit more Jason Kelce next week.
do I get to say it? Do I get to say? I get to say the two words. Yes.
Well, I think we were going to try and.
This is
First
what
of all, you can do whatever you want, Taylor. We're not going to review. This is very
I
much
want to
whatever.
work within the framework of the podcast. I'm a fan of the podcast.
Do you believe her, Kaylee, that she's a fan of their podcast, their football podcast?
No.
Oh, okay. I just, thought women's intuition, you might have a better hunch.
Typically, we would allow the guests to say new news.
Yeah, I want to do it.
But with Zach Brown, we had another bit that we did. I don't know if you saw.
I don't know if we can get back to this. I forgot everything that Zach taught me already.
All right, let's just let
You've literally got arguably the most famous person on the planet, Jason. Shut up.
the expert take care of this.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to.
And you know it's bad if I'm telling someone to shut up. I'm sorry. What was that, Kaylee?
I said edit it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with that smooth editing that we saw earlier.
I wanted to scream it.
Taylor,
just Travis style. Do you want me to start it or echo it?
I think Taylor has a little bit of new news.
Yay! She's a natural. She's a natural.
It was as fun as I thought it was going to be.
That's what they built to for a minute, was her saying new news, because I guess it's a thing from their show.
What an ordeal. Everything is a goddamn production, dramatic ordeal that goes nowhere. It's just bullshit.
Well, they do announce that she has a new album coming out, and they want to make sure people know that they can pre-order it. Obviously, I've pre-ordered copies for all of us. It'll be out October 3rd. I went to TaylorSwift.com and bought it. They go through the track list, and this is actually my favorite part of the entire conversation because Travis is talking down to his brother.
Track 1, The Fate of Ophelia.
Okay.
Track 2.
Go ahead. I was going to say, do you know what Fate of Ophelia is?
Talk about Hamlet?
Shut up, Travis.
Hamlet?
I don't want to get Jason all riled up.
Yeah.
So we can just go through the track.
Okay. Yeah.
Track 2, Elizabeth Taylor.
Okay.
You know who Elizabeth Taylor is?
You better.
I'm just kind of following. along.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
Track
hold on a
3.
second. Pause it. I actually find her the least insufferable of these three.
I agree 100%.
These two are fucking idiots.
and I'm going to rank Jason at the top of the food pyramid. But, I do think that Travis gets to be a little bit of a, one of those like yip dogs.
The one pun writes, what track number is, quote, my boyfriend is an F rhymes with bag.
Thank you, one pun.
Opalite.
Do you know what opalite is, Jason?
Why can we stop asking me?
Okay, I'm done. I'm done asking Jason things.
I'm glad that he finally said, can we stop doing this thing?
Just let her read the goddamn track list.
Yeah. She's just trying to read. There's only 12 songs. It takes a long time. I have one more clip for today. I do want to go back in on this next week because they get into numerology, and that reminded me of my buddy GG33. So it's something to look at in the future. But we got another big word here.
Albums that were a little bit more esoteric, like folklore.
She's so hot when she says these big words.
You know what esoteric means.
I know. It's for a specific following.
Exactly.
Wait, what?
So, he knows what that means. He pretends he doesn't know what these words mean, but he knows what they
Esoteric
mean.
means for a specific following, like a specific genre of people.
So he memorized the definition to a word, Kaylee. Are you proud of him?
I've learned so much about football in these last couple of minutes. I'm really happy that we've done this. Thank you for inviting me to join you today.
They mentioned cover 2 earlier. Yeah.
He knows what it means.
Okay.
He does like a pretty, I don't know what it means thing, but he knows all the words and he knows what they mean.
I don't know.
And he may not have read Hamlet, but I explained it to him. So he knows what
there we
happened.
go.
Don't tell my middle school English teacher I didn't read Hamlet.
Did you enjoy that big laugh?
Wow, was that a biggie?
Well, wait. Here's the coup de grace when it comes to Hamlet.
So
Because I definitely was supposed to.
Spark notes.
It's all right. I watched The Lion King.
All
see, he knows what Hamlet is.
Wait, Lion King is based off of Hamlet?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna leave it there. Thank you for sitting through that, both of you.
I think we needed to do that because I now I really want bad things to happen to all those people.
Yeah, I don't. I love everyone. But that's Eric Zane. So direct your hate mail to him. We have a few more minutes, and it's important that we do a quick visit to the world of sports.
Who are these sports? You know what I'm saying? Who are these sports? Let's see who's playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what's the side.
So over on the Discord, a member named Hot Gilf 69, which, yes, I just said that out loud. Hot Gilf 69 wanted to make sure that we were aware of somebody, Eric, we haven't talked about in a little while. And I have to always make sure I say his name carefully. Noah Kanega. Noah Kanega. Kanega. Okay.
Kanega.
I still said it well enough. And he's there in Eastern Michigan, I think, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, he is.
He's in Eastern Michigan. So he announced something, and Hot Gilf 69 said, Eric, I've found a hat for you to wear to the Magic Bag. And yes, indeed, Noah Kanega has new hats that are emblazoned with the Kanega name.
His last name.
Yes. So you could Noah Kanega, and you could show off the fact that you Noah Kanega.
Right.
Is this bit wearing thin on you, Kaylee? because of how I overpronounce it every time.
No, I'm enjoying it still.
Okay, good.
It's better than Taylor Swift. We're doing great.
You know,
By the way,
the fact that he's leaning into it is spectacular. By the way, this is a white guy.
Yes.
And his last name is spelled Knigga.
Correct.
And he says, yeah, that's Knigga. This is, I can understand that, but can you imagine like any average dude just wearing this hat anywhere in the world?
Well, there's a few people in the live chat right now. I feel like this hat might go over well at Chrissy Mayer's Content Hotel on Friday, September 5th in Callicoon, New York. I forget the name of the resort, but Kayla, you know the name of the resort.
Villaroma. I remember.
Villaroma. Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat wrote, idiots spelled it wrong. That's what you get for having Bladt's wife's family make them in China.
That's terrible.
Thank you to Paul for the comment.
Well, yeah, I guess. Thank you. All right, Kaylee, you didn't enjoy the football talk earlier, but I think I might have found your new favorite player. So what he's saying isn't that important.
I love him already.
Yes. So, Eric, you said this to me, and his name is Michael Penix, I think is actually the Falcons quarterback.
Correct.
But and he's just talking here on the local news, WTOC down there in Georgia.
They had a lot of words throughout practice, so I gave my words. And
for our audio audience, it says Michael Penis Jr. And they do fairly quickly go, whoops, okay, let's talk about the Falcons-Titans practice.
This is great. You know, over-the-air television needs to do something to get some attention. It's a dying medium. So if they can do that, I'm all for it. You know, I would give whoever did that on the little script thing a raise. That was outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Eric, you sent me a couple of soccer clips. I'm going to just play one so that I can get our great moment in broadcast history afterwards.
Sure.
This is a soccer player with, really interesting way of speaking. It's coming.
To him, just said, don't worry about it, all of us were just trying to get around him, even when he missed the penalty, unfortunately, we were just trying to get around him, it happens, penalties sometimes happen, it's kind of like a 50-50, sometimes you score him, sometimes you miss him, so, but I think as well, we shouldn't be in that position, again, 3-1 up, with a couple minutes to go, we should do a lot better job of closing out the game, so nothing on Joe, and a 19-year-old kid, I think playing his second game, to come up and take a penalty in a fierce atmosphere.
So, Kaylee, we've shown a few athletes on the show today. We have this gentleman, we have the Kelce brothers, and we had Michael Penis Jr. Is there a clear favorite for you as we rank them?
It's a big thing.
I don't know. I feel like it was a fake penis based on the fact that it was just misspelling. So I can't enjoy him as much as I want to.
He's got that really thick Jamaican accent, which I thought was very funny. Do you want to tell everybody how you described that clip to me, Eric, when you said it to me?
Yeah, soccer retard.
Yes.
And he said, 21 times in a 47-second clip.
And
impressive.
That affectation, that way of speaking, brings us to our final clip of the show.
Who are these broadcast history? Who are these broadcast history?
When the gang at Channel 5 aren't being sued by Melania Trump, they are doing hard-hitting interviews, including a recent interview with Chet Hayes. Now, you might not remember Chet Hayes, but his real last name is Hanks. He is Tom Hanks' son that he's not proud of, or allegedly. So
good son.
Yeah, over there at Channel 5, they ask about what he's really, most infamous for.
Hooking up with this chick. One day, she was on the phone with her family in Jamaica, and she was really in the middle of a heated conversation. Tell that pussy clot girl me know what. I really had no idea what the fuck she was saying. And her friend said, "Feel me picking into the car with me so I can't chat." I'm like, wow. So wait, break that down. So then she started breaking down a lot of shit. I'm like, how do you say this? John no star. How do you say that? Oh, like 7. Oh. She was just telling me how to say different shit. So for a week, I was really on a Jamaican tip. And that just happened to be the week of the Golden Globes.
Tune in. So they're explaining how this incident of him speaking on the red carpet at the Golden Globes happened is all just because he knew some girl who was was Jamaican.
Calverton says he's a wannabe Kanega.
Oh, well, that is entirely possible. So if you sent me that clip and I'm like, wait a minute, I've got something that's a great follow-up to that. And we do appreciate everybody in the Port Chat today. Boy, you guys really earned your name, Port Chat.
My God. Yes. Outstanding work.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you go up against blind Mike Geary, but that's all right. Lucy, I want to give you the opportunity to let everybody know all the places they can find you.
I don't have enough time in the world to make that list, but a couple of highlights coming up tonight. You can check over on Once Over with Kaylee, Cayley, which is my movie review channel here on YouTube. You can see my review of The Greasy Strangler is coming up this week. Lots and lots of fun movie reviews over there every Tuesday night at 6:30. In addition to that, if you subscribe to Once Over with Kaylee, you can get those Lucy Does Dabbleverse episodes. I will be continuing to cover the lovely Lowell suit, the Dabble suit, the whatever the heck we're calling it today, where Stuttering John is suing Karl and Shuli. You can also catch me every Thursday night on the Shuli Network, which is very exciting, relatively new for that. So I'm now splitting my time between WATP and TSN. I feel like my parents are fighting over me all the time. It's wonderful.
But both your parents are spending a lot of time in court, so
yes, it's true.
feels
Well,
great.
actually, this is too accurate. Damn it. So in addition to that, you can catch me at the Chrissy Mayer's Content Hotel, which I will be there September 5th, but it is for a big chunk of time. I think it's like the 4th through the 7th. You can get tickets for that at WATPlive.com. That's going to be super duper fun. Everybody's going to be there. It's going to be amazing. And then in Detroit, also, I just recently did a guest show on Count Drahoon Presents. So if you want to see me doing an interview, talking a little bit about Dabbleverse and a little bit about my history, that was really exciting, and that's available now as well.
Well, we really appreciate you hanging out with us for the whole show. It's always a treat to have you around. EZ, if you can still think straight after 90 minutes with Lucy, what would you like to promote?
You can find my podcast, the audio of it, wherever you download shows. Just look up Eric Zane Show Podcast. I'm on Twitch at Eric Zane. What is it? At Eric Zane. At
Show.
Eric Zane Live. I think it's at Eric Zane Live.
Okay. Yeah. Your social media is at Eric Zane Show. You can check out my personal podcast, The Blattcast, BLADTCAST, where I was recently joined by my pals, Count Eric Connor and Leah McEnany, to talk about what is unquestionably the worst movie of 2025 and quite possibly the worst movie of our lifetimes. Amazon Prime's War of the Worlds starring Ice Cube. There's no contender for worse movie than that right now. You can check that out at Blattcast, BLADTCAST. Chad's missing upper lip, checking in. Thanks for the $1.99. Rotten hell, Zane. I wish that was my sign off, but
what's wrong with you? That's a horrible thing.
That is a terrible thing to say. And, what's not a terrible thing to say is for me to promote the show that actually makes me some money. 100 Songs That Define Heavy Metal, available wherever podcasts are found. If you love heavy metal but don't like me, this is the show for you. It's hosted by Metal Blade Records CEO Brian Slagle, and this week our special guest is Scott Ian of Anthrax. CDC City. Yeah, he knows a lot of people. I don't book the best for that show, because if we did, Cardiff would have been on twice already. That being said, and we would be talking about Motley Crue. All of that being said, this is Christian Bladt reminding you that every mic is a hot mic, but stop whining. See you next Tuesday, Kaniga.